Good evening everyone, welcome to Bromsgrove Indoor Bowling Club. This evening we have a county competition. It's the semi-final of the open pairs. We have Derek Bond and Richard Moule from Bromsgrove, and they're playing Neil Smith and Sandra Jones from Malvern. They're just having trial ends at the moment. The format is 3.5 hours or 18 ends, whichever comes first. No respots, so jack out of rink to the sides is a dead end and the end will be replayed. And they should be starting within the next 3 or 4 minutes once they've finished the trial ends. Already got a couple of messages. I'll say hello to Hannah. I understand you've had a puncture on the motorway and hope you get home safely this evening. So Sandra is playing with Drake's Pride Professionals size 2. Neil Smith will be playing with Drake's Pride Fine Line size 4. Derek Bond will also be playing with Drake's Pride Fine Line size 3, and Richard Moule will be playing with Henselite Tigers size 4. I'll try and keep you up to speed with things as they happen. So we're ready to go. It looks like Derek and Richard have won the toss, so Derek will start off leading with the jack. Also, one thing to note with this competition, as with all our county competitions, Derek is currently leading and Richard will be skipping. If they decide they want to swap it around, they can swap over at any time during the game, as can Neil and Sandra. So Derek to kick off with the mat 1 spot up and the jack roughly 1 spot off the tee, which is going to be somewhere in the region of 30 metres, 30.5 metres. Derek off first, bowling on his backhand. The winners of this semi-final will play John Cracknell and Andy Mace in the final. And Derek finishing a yard through, 4 foot away from the jack. Neil trying the forehand. Sorry, Sandra trying the forehand, very good weight. 18 inches behind the jack. Derek turning over and following up. And that's a very good effort from Derek. Probably just about takes it. About a wood short of jack high. Forcing Sandra to bowl on the, well, Sandra decided to bowl on the other hand, on the backhand. Okay. And that was finished round about a yard through the head. Neil sticking with the forehand. Got a little bit too much on that, but probably not in a bad position there, covering the back, finishing a yard through. So Derek and Richard currently holding 1 shot as it stands. Sandra sticking with the backhand. And this is looking very good. Oh, it's just about to fall out, I believe. Richard calling Derek on the backhand. Nice straight forward draw shot. And that's probably going to finish, well, that's good 4 feet down. Sandra's last wood coming down on the backhand. It's got a very good line here. It's all down to what the weight is. She's left that one short, so still room to get in with a draw shot. I can't really see much more than that at the moment. Neil probably wants to play that reaching draw shot to try and tickle the jack, maybe bring the two backwards into the game. Richard really just wants, I should imagine, the perfect draw shot onto the jack. Decent line. As I've just reminded, Richard's bowling with tigers. They are quite a swingy wood, especially on this surface. Just a yard too much on that. Neil trying with this one, coming very well, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. He's just tickled that jack, moved it onto their wood, currently holding 2 shots. Very hard to beat on a draw. Now, I think Derek's asking him to get one behind first, and then perhaps that might give Richard more of an option with his final wood, just to play into the head and open it up. At the moment, there's probably a big risk of them going 3 down if he plays into the head with too much. Not a bad effort. Probably needed another half a yard on that. So Sandra now calling Neil to try and cover in case of any movement on that jack. Richard isn't afraid of running into the head. He's quite happy to play into the head and move things around. So you'll see quite an aggressive game from Richard tonight, I think. That's a good wood from Neil. That's finished in a very good spot there. Very good spot. Richard's going to come down on the forehand. He's going to try and punch the redwood onto the blue. And he's very close. Good effort here. That won't be the first time you see that shot played tonight, I'm sure. So can Neil get another one in? Or is he just going to cover it? It looks like it's another covering ball. Probably a sensible shot. Don't want to give Richard too big a target to aim at. That could even be counting there. Yeah, so Richard's going to come at this now with a weight. See if he can kill the end or get a little bit of luck. Well, you're going to get something. just looking to see if he's got any more options to bring the other woods into play. But he's selecting, I think, to try and draw. I think if he can draw within, 20 inches, he'll probably count. Yeah, not quite enough on that one. So first end, 2 shots to Neil and Sandra. Sandra putting the mat about 2 spots up. So Jack almost on the tee, probably a similar length to the first end, 30-ish metres, maybe 30 and a half metres. Holding her first wood on the forehand, she's left that one a couple of yards short. Probably making it a little bit tricky for anybody to come in on the backhand. I think the draw shot is on there, but that's going to be in the eye line. Evening, Dickie. Nice to see you joining us. So, well, okay, another wood 2 yards down. Plenty of room to get in there. And I don't think this one's going to make it neither. That's looking the best part of 2 yards down. Can Sandra put it right with this one? This is looking better. Very close here. Shot wood without a doubt. Jack high. Well, half a wood behind the jack. And Derek's, well, his weight's a little bit better, but he's missed the land. Finishing jack high, but almost on the respot. I'm pretty sure Sandra will get in with another one here. Very tidy draw bowler. And it's looking very good. It's currently 2 shots, possibly even 3. Derek really needs to try and get something in the head. Looks like he's on a good track, but has he got the weight? Not reaching again. Poor in there from Derek. I'd have expected to see one within a yard of the jack out of 4. But it's early days yet. Neil to bowl next. I'm pretty certain he'll be coming on the forehand. He does bowl with quite a tight wood. These fine lines don't need too much green. although you can't actually see, it's coming down very well. Yeah, he's on or around the jack here. If he drags it, it's even better. Yeah, good ball. Probably got it a bit too clean, if anything. But still 3 shots on the board at the moment. And is Richard going to try and draw in? There's still room. If you can draw in within a yard, he'll probably get second wood. Draw within 2 foot, he'll have shot. Coming very well. Coming very well here. Going to use the woods, and that's a great ball from Richard. Well bowled. Perfect wood. And a toucher. So that wood will now get chalked. Should it finish up in the ditch at the end of this end, it will still be live as it's touched the jack on the way down. Moule coming down on the other hand. I'm guessing this is just a reach and draw shot, just to try and drag the jack. And he's very close here. That is a fabulous effort from Neil, and he's got it. Great shot. I'm not sure if it's got him the shot wood, but yes, yeah, shot wood. I would expect Richard to probably beat that with his next draw shot. I think he likes it. He's following it up. Just running a tad too much. Might lose that in the ditch. Yeah, he just lost that one. The jack is about two feet off the ditch at the moment, and Neil's wood is about 6 inches away from the ditch. Neil drawing down on the forehand now. He's looking very good here. Excellent line. And the way it looks pretty good too. Yeah, another counting bowl there. Good steady start from both the Malvern players. And then can Richard lose that yard on his first wood? Just taking too much out. It's around about 4.5, 5 feet short of the jack. Neil draw another one in for a provisional 3 shots, and then it'll be interesting to see what Richard's shot choice is. Should Neil manage to do that. While we're here, we're also on rink 1, which is the rink to the left of the screen. We have another counties game going on. Singles, I believe it's a semi-final. Steve Morris playing Simon Perusers, both Bromsgrove players. Richard needs to find a way around that wood, and he has. And that is a lovely ball from Richard. Shot wood, well bowled Richard. 1 shot to Richard and Derek. Derek putting the mat two spots up, and Neil asking him to shorten the mark a little bit, change it around. And Derek has gone probably a little bit longer than what Richard would have ideally liked. Again, we're around about the 30-ish metre mark, which is similar to the first two ends. Derek bowling backhand with his first wood. That's not a bad start. Yard down. Perfect line. Over on the other rinks, on the other three rinks that are being used, we have a Friday night triples league being played, which will run for about another 3 to 4 weeks. We have leagues on here every night of the week, in the week, and most of the daytime during the day as well. We're a busy club, healthy membership, and lots and lots going on regarding leagues, as well as club competitions, and of course the county competitions. The weekend coming up, tomorrow we have club men's triples semi-final in the morning, and on Sunday it's open two-wood singles day, which will run for most of the day, and hopefully we'll be streaming some of those games. So back to this, Derek and Richard currently holding shots. Nearest wood is 10-12 inches off the jack. Derek's bowled another nice wood here. Yeah, that's a very good wood. Finishing 3 or 4 inches just behind the jack. Sandra's coming on the forehand. I'm guessing she'll be trying to just rest that wood for shot. It's a good effort here. The weight was, well, just half a wood short. Not quite done enough to get second, but it's a good third. Can Derek get another one in and put Sandra under a little bit of pressure? This one's probably just trundling through, but, well, it's not. Well, that is a wonderful bowl. That is good bowling from Derek. Much more what you'd expect to see from Derek. Sandra will be playing probably half a yard through. Quite a big target to draw into there with a reaching bowl. Either promoting her front wood or playing into the pack or onto the jack. She's put the weight on, not going to quite get back quick enough. Good effort. Another wood waiting should things get moved. I'd expect to see something get moved before this end comes to a conclusion. Neil having forwards, I'm pretty sure he'll do some damage with one of them. Anyway, Richard first on the mat, bowling backhand. I'm guessing just to draw another one in, build up the head. If he finishes in front of the jack, he won't be too disappointed. He's left that one with two and a half yards down. Neil coming on the forehand, touch of weight, tight line, try and bowl into the pack. And he's coming very well. If he dips inside Sandra's wood here, he's going to be close. Well, he's opened it up. There's still probably a couple down, but that probably looks a little bit better now for a draw shot on the backhand. Either a dead draw or try and drag it through. But he's got options. Sandra's asking, I think asking Neil to bowl inside that last wood, perhaps onto the shot wood. I'm not sure if that'll quite get back quick enough. It's a lovely effort. White's absolutely perfect. Yeah, that might actually have taken it. Yeah. Richard's going to try and take that wood out, or drag the jack. Just half a yard over White. Rest the wood or pick the jack up, and he's close. That's a result. That could well be 3 shots now. Very well bowled, Richard. And I'm guessing Neil may play a similar shot, or he may try and dead draw it. It looks like it's a draw line. He skirt around that front wood, he's close. What a great effort. Might have got second out of it. I think Richard and Derek are currently just holding the one shot. Richard just trying to draw another one. I think he must have a little bit too much on this one. Yeah. Actually finished in a very good place. Covers the Neil coming down with White and trying to drag that jack back. It's got best backwood now. I'm guessing Neil will just try and play a good draw shot. Either side of the front wood really. Inside of it to get onto the shot wood, or on the outside to get onto the jack. Oh, he's coming with White. He's hoping to move it. It's wood or jack. He's got something, but I'm not sure. Well, he got a result there. Could even be shot wood. And from the way Richard's shaking his head, I'm guessing it is. Yes, 1-0 and Sandra. Richard. But well played, Neil. He'll play those shots all day long. He doesn't miss many. So Sandra keeping the mat at one spot up, keeping the jack length around about the same. That might be a metre longer than the previous end, 31-ish metres, 31 and a half maybe. Good start from Sandra, finishing just under jack high, half a wood short of jack high, and about 15 inches to the side of the jack. Good reply from Derek. He's on a good line here. It's just now a question of whether he can reach. If he does, he's on the jack. Yeah, good effort here from Derek. Very good reply. I think it's probably just about rolled out. It's only about 20 inches. Another tidy wood coming in here from Sandra, bowling the forehand very well. And well, that's counting, just a wood short of the jack. It's 10 inches off the jack. When I get the opportunity, I will give you an update on the match on rink 1, the county singles. I've just got to try and keep one eye on that to find out who's home, who's away, and then as soon as I know that, I'll keep you posted. So at the moment, back on this game, Neil asking Sandra to turn the wood over, bowl on the backhand, and draw into Derek's back wood. If she can get inside it, it'll be a good covering wood and it'll count. If it's behind, it will still be in a good position, which it is. And it wouldn't surprise me if that wasn't in play at the end of this end. Derek's sticking with a forehand draw shot. Good effort here from Derek. He's just gone sliding through again. Weight's not too bad. Half a yard heavy maybe. And trying another one. It looks very similar to the last one that she sent. It is indeed. But again, that's going to be, I reckon that'll be in the game at the end of this end. So I think if Derek can keep that weight on and just, well, I don't know, alter the land to either bowl into the shot wood or drag the jack through. Well, he got a result there. I'm not sure if that was a shot he was playing, but nevertheless, it's come off for him. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. So it'll be interesting to see what Neil's shot choice is here, whether he's going to try and draw that or punch it and get the jack back. They have currently got the best backwoods. Very difficult draw shot for Neil. I think he's, well, just trying to draw into it, maybe just opening up a bit. A good effort here. Just needed half a yard on weight, that's all. Richard is going to play again. The perfect draw shot, ideally. Draw into Derek's backwood, just behind the jack. If he lands in front of it, it'll probably count. If he drags the jack, it makes it probably better for them. He's on a good line, and the weight's looking pretty good too. A good effort from Richard. Half a yard short, but again, it's not wasted there. Sandra and Neil having a little bit of a debate as to which shot to play. Sandra wanting Neil to play on the backhand into the redwoods. Neil electing to overrule and draw on the forehand. That's not a bad effort. And it's, again, that's finished very well. It wouldn't surprise me if Neil didn't play the shot that Sandra was calling with his last wood maybe. It's quite a big target to play into. It's unlikely to make the end any worse if it goes wrong. But currently only one down. So Richard's bowled it. Well, that's probably scuppered that shot net. Well, it hasn't really scuppered it, but yeah. Well, I think Neil's definitely coming on the backhand. I'm not sure if he's what weight he's coming. I'm guessing he'll want to play into the pack and push that wood out and maybe turn his wood in. Controlled weight. About 3 or 4 yards of weight. And he's just missed it by. So Richard and Derek currently holding 2. Richard, if he can draw within a foot, they'll have 3 shots, which will put them in the lead. It's a good effort. I'm not sure if it's quite got in or not. I think maybe it might be a good option to bowl maybe the forehand with a yard of weight into the shot wood and punch the jack back. Which, no, sticking with the backhand, weighted backhand shot. I suppose it is a bigger target. He's just outside the line again. Yeah, so Richard going to be drawing on the forehand. If he can just move that jack 3 or 4 inches, they could have a 4. They're currently holding 2. I think he's perhaps got a bit, yeah, just a fraction too heavy. Taking 2 out of the head. Yeah, 2 shots to Derek and Richard. 3-3. Derek moving the mat up 3 spots up, so it's up a little bit further than previous ends. So it looks like this is going to be, well, it's going to be around at the 29-30 metre mark again. So they're keeping it fairly consistent, the length to within a yard anyway, yard and a half. Derek bowling his first wood on the backhand. That's not a bad start from Derek. Weight's pretty good. Perhaps 12 inches behind the jack or so. Evening, Keith. Nice, good to see you watching. Hope you're keeping well. Evening, Mark and Jill. Hope you're enjoying the game. Right, so I'll just give you a quick update on Rink 1, where we have semi-final of the county singles. Steve Morris is currently holding 8 shots, Simon Perusa 6, so 8-6 in favour of Steve. Back to this, Derek and Richard currently holding 1 shot. Derek's got a nice wood here. Well, he's into the pack. That's a good ball from Derek. Shot wood, 7 or 8 inches behind the jack. Sandra a little bit loose on this end by her standards. I'm sure she'll put it right with her last wood. It's got another decent wood coming in here, just a little bit short, but making the draw shot on the forehand a little bit awkward there. So Sandra bowling on the backhand, open draw onto the jack or into the woods. It's coming well, but it's just going a bit early. The white's very good. Just short of jack high, probably jack high with a miss. Just not quite got the green right. Richard's first wood. A nice open head for him to draw into, which is unusual. Normally there's something in the way. And he's just cut that a bit tight as well. It is quite a swingy ring 3 on all hands. You do get quite a bit of movement on the woods. So it's quite easy to miss that green. You've only got to miss it by half a wood, and you'll drift across, and you'll be a foot off jack high. We've got more green on this one, and as I say, these tigers are quite a swingy wood. It is coming back, but it's just got a little bit too much weight on it. But green was pretty much bang on, finishing about 4.5, maybe 5 feet through the head. You notice Neil on a much tighter line compared to Richard. That's the difference in how the woods work. Coming very well here. And he's just drifted across a touch. Dead weight. Might be good enough for shot. I can't actually tell from this angle. I can't see from. I can't really tell. I don't think it's wide, I think it's close. I think you're very close to getting the wood here, Richard. Oof. Yeah, the danger there is if Richard can get that jack and get it back, it could be worth 4 or 5 shots. So Neil is just going to try and get something in amongst them, split them up. And he's not quite got enough weight on that. He'll be disappointed in that. I don't think Richard will be short with this one. I think he'll either be going to get onto that jack or get that nearest orange bowl out. Well, he's on a tight line, so he's hoping to play into it. He's actually got it. I know you can't see that on the screen because the screen is frozen, but he's moved the jack there, and I believe he's holding shot now. I could even be holding 2 shots. Apologies for that. Slight break in the internet, causing the screen to freeze. And he'll just got to find a good draw shot on the forehand. Good effort here. Is it going to stop? It's definitely second. I don't think it's quite good enough for shot. One shot, Derek and Richard. And now on to the 6th end. Derek electing to put the mat 3 spots up. Yeah, similar length to what they've been playing all game. 29, they've been playing 29 to 31 metres roughly, pretty much every end. Evening, Martin. Nice to see you watching. I hope you're keeping well. Derek signing through 2 yards with his first wood. Can Sandra punish him for that? Well, she's got a slightly better first wood, still a couple of feet short. Forcing Derek to turn his hand. He's been bowling. No, he's going to stick with it. He's going to try and get round it on the backhand. He's preferred the backhand up till now, so he's sticking with it. Coming very well. He's done enough to get round the wood. Is he going to stop and get shot? Probably just about snuck it with that. I don't know, about 20, 22 inches off the jack. So Sandra responding on a forehand. It's very similar wood to her first wood. Just needed that extra 2 foot of weight. Might have just about done enough to get shot as it stands, particularly if the wood falls. It will definitely be shot. Derek come down on the forehand this time. And he's found good line and very good weight. I think it might have just trickled out. Sandra finding better weight this time, but just a little bit tight. Finishing jack high. No, sorry, not jack high. 2 woods behind the jack on weight. Derek, well, he's chasing this one up, so hopefully it's because he's bowled a good wood. He's not quite reaching. He'll be disappointed with that, I think. They've been playing now for 45 minutes or so. I'd be expecting to be perhaps bowling a little bit more consistently by now. Sandra not really punishing him. There's still plenty of room to get in with a decent draw shot from either player. Should just play in a draw shot on the forehand. Coming very well. This is going to be the shot ball. Well, I'm not sure it is. Just drifted out. The weight was very tidy. Can Neil get in? Looks like it's coming very well. Just got to work a little bit now to get back. Yeah, that's definitely shot ball. So if Richard can play perhaps a similar wood to his last wood, he'll probably end up resting on Neil's wood. He's inside it. Has he got the jack? Just needed, I don't know, extra foot of weight to perhaps get a result there. Yeah, another nice wood there from Neil. Touch up and counting. Richard is more than capable of getting in with this, although there is a gap there, so if he is running heavy, he could miss all. A good effort. Just a touch too narrow. So Neil's got an opportunity here to draw in for another one. I think for 3 shots. Looks like it's got a decent track. And the weight's looking pretty tidy too. I should imagine that's probably good enough to count. Needs to cut the count down here, otherwise I've got a chance of dropping a 3 or a 4. It looks as if he's on a tight line again. He's fortunate there. Very fortunate. Could even be shot wood now, the way they're looking. Neil just needs to play a nice draw shot. If he can move the jack 3 or 4 inches, it will be 3 shots. Doesn't like it. They might be getting the measures out on this. Yeah, I think it's a measure. I've taken one out. I guess that's not in the count. Yeah, just measuring for shock by the looks. Sandra just putting a wedge under the bowl, make sure it doesn't fall over or move. It looks like it's a very close measure. Yep, one shot to Neil and Sandra. Now that's 4 shots apiece after 6 ends. So this time Sandra keeping the mat back. It's the back of the mat is just 2 or 3 inches in front of the tee, so it's around about 2.5 feet up. And Jack's on the tee, so it's probably a yard or so longer than what they've been playing on previous ends. Around about 30.5 metres, I think. She bowled the first wood a yard down and slightly tight. Derek's first wood is coming in on a very good line here. Just not quite reaching the head. 4.5 feet down. This is looking a little bit on a tight line. Yeah, weight's a little bit better, but still a yard off the jack. 2.5 feet short on length. Not a bad reply from Derek. Got a little bit too much on, finishing a yard through. It's probably good enough for shot as it stands. This is better green from Sandra. Should come back nicely. Finishing just short of jack eye, and that at the moment is the counting bowl. Evening, Graham. Hope you're keeping well. Nice bowl there from Derek, dragging the jack. 2 shots as it stands, and Derek's telling Sandra no draw shot, just play at it. Any of the woods or the jack will make the head a lot better for them. She's cut that a bit, but she might get lucky. Well, 1 in, 1 out, no real change to the head. Apologies for the screen freezing again. Good evening, Anne. Nice to see you all watching the game too. Hope you're enjoying it. Quick update on rink one. The score is Steve Morris 10 shots, Simon Perusa 7 shots. Good effort here from Derek. It's just not quite reaching. Needed another yard to get to the jack. So my guess is that Neil will probably be up and at it with this. It's what he wanted Sandra to do with her last wood. So I'm guessing he'll probably play a similar shot. Most probably on the forehand, I would have thought. And he's just about to prove me wrong because he's bowling his backhand. And he's going for the draw shot. Well, he's finished well behind the head. I'm not sure if he's maybe put that there on purpose with a view to playing through the head with the next wood. Very good chance the jack will finish up over there. Is Richard going to draw it or is he going to cover? I think he'll try and draw it and try and drag that jack around the back. Make it harder to get to. A bit tight, a bit light on that. Another yard of weight would have been probably a much better result for him. And he's playing the draw shot again. Well, I'm guessing he's playing the draw shot. He's finished behind the head, in a good place again. That could be a tactical wood, knowing Neil. So Derek asking Richard to just get one around the back to try and split the opponent's woods up a little bit. And Richard's bowled, well, he's bowled the same as his last wood. It's a good yard short of the head. Probably needed 2 yards on that to get to where Derek was asking him to put it. So Neil is coming on the forehand this time, I'm guessing with a couple of yards. Yep, absolutely. And he's very close to getting something. Oof. Nearly got the shot wood out, the jack out there with a wick.
So I remember that Monday. That wood's working for you now.
Richard, he's got a much better green on this shot. Oof. Very good effort. All right, Neil's got one more chance to. Well, I'm surprised. It looks like Neil's going to try and draw this again. I thought he might have played a similar wood to his last wood, but a good draw shot will get him at least second. A great draw shot will get him the winning bowl. And it looks like he's cut that tight. Yeah, tight and light. A bit disappointed with that, I should imagine. Richard's looking to see if he's got any options for bringing other woods into the count. An option of perhaps taking that wood out of the head, bringing another wood in. Could be worth maybe 4 shots if he can hit it and stop. Personally, I think the draw shot is probably the best shot. he tickles a jack, it could bring that other wood into the count anyway, if he's drawing on the backhand. Yeah, just been. Anything to say, Sam? No? Okay. So, yeah, Richard's looking here to, well, he's either going to try and play that their nearest wood out or drag that jack round. I'm guessing he'll try and play the wood out, knowing Richard. I think he's going for the jack. Just perhaps another yard away, and he would have probably got a result there. Looks like 2 shots to Derek and Richard. I think Sandra's just going to go around with a measure to be sure. I thought you were going to play the ball. That's what I said to Sam. It was a no risk shot, wasn't it? Yeah. But you know, you pussy. Bit of banter there with Richard. He's taken that one out, so I think that's 2 shots, Derek and Richard, as it stands. Yeah, Sandra's well in for 3rd, so 2 shots to Derek and Richard. So after 7 ends, that's 6-4 in favour of Derek and Richard.
He's probably right really in the end. I ain't got no battery, mate. Can't afford it. What, 13%? You want 10, 12?
If you're available, yeah. If you, I need at least 4 for the first game. Marcus 5. Yeah. I'm hoping that then by the time the second lot turn up, there'll be bodies here and some of the losers. But if you could, then just so I've got, yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Right, so this end, back to the game, Derek. Putting the mat a little bit further up. Keeping the jack around, well, within a yard of the tee, which is pretty much what they've done all game. Just a little bit of movement on the mat, really. So that's what's 20, I'd say around about 28 and a half, 29 metres. And Derek back on his backhand again. 3.5 feet or so short with that one. Sandra bowling forehand. She looks like she's got a very good line here. Just a yard or so through. Can Derek tighten it up with his second bowl? I've played 7 ends, 10 shots, so it's nip and tuck. Very tight game at the moment. No big shots being given away by anybody. Nobody chasing the game. And that's a nice bowl from Sandra. Touching bowl, 2 or 3 inches in front of the jack. Very good position. Just putting the yard too much on that one. Can Sandra bowl she bowls a similar wood to the last bowl. She'll be well pleased, I think. Again, it's on a good line. It's coming in very well. It looks like she's got another one on or around the jack here. Yeah, well bowled, Sandra. That's good bowling.
Draw up, Bondi. Just get some wood close to it.
Richard asking Derek just to try and draw, give them a decent, well, I don't know, decent third wood maybe. Looks like he's on a bit of a tight line here and not reaching, which on that line it needed probably another 2 yards. So Sandra got the opportunity here to get another one in, give them holding provisional 3 shots. And it's coming very well. If you skip round that front bowl, not quite. Actually finished, got a decent result there actually. Because Richard probably is going to be playing up at that. I'm not absolutely sure whether both of Sandra's woods would go. He's going to try and draw it through. Yeah. So I think Richard's going to be overdrawing, slightly tight, slightly heavy, to either get onto the shot bowl or even maybe drag the jack. Yeah, definitely a tight line with the yard of weight. If he can find the gap and get onto the counting bowls. Not quite, not a bad effort. I think he'll probably, maybe with his next one, might be a little bit more direct. Try and punch the front, Derek's front bowl onto the 2 shot woods and spring that jack back. Worst case scenario for them is probably 1 down if he gets it wrong. That's made the target a bit bigger. I think Richard will be playing at that now with a lot of weight to try and get some movement on that jack. I think Derek's calling the draw shot on the backhand with this one. Currently 3 down. Yep. It's a good effort here from Richard, if he can hold the line. Nice one. Again, need another yard of weight on that. I don't think Richard will be drawing with the next ball. Nice draw shot for Neil. If he can get it on or around the tee, I think that'll be a good shot. If he get it just in front of the tee, it'll probably also be counting. So forehand draw, weight's very good. Yeah, well, Sandra's happy with that. They've got best back now. If that jack does get moved, it's 50-50 as to who comes out with shot. Richard's come in with weight. He's got the target. Well, he's got almost all the woods out. It's Neil and Sandra still holding one. There's about 4 woods gone out of rink there. But Neil's got the opportunity in here now to draw another shot for 2. He's only got to draw within a yard, which for Neil should be straightforward. Very capable draw bowler. Yeah, that's done enough. That's good enough. That's all he needed to do. Well bowled to Neil and Sandra. I think Richard's going to probably have another go at that. Well, Derek's called the draw shot. Good line here. All down to his weight. He struggled a little bit with his weight tonight on the draw shots. He's close this time. Bit unlucky there. Always a risk of that happening. 2 shots down, 1 wood to come. Neil just needs to draw within 2.5 feet to pick up a 3. Evening to Ray and Margaret. Hope you're enjoying the game. And you, crackers. Fairly straightforward draw for Neil here to get another one in. Is it going to dip inside? Yeah, he's well in. Good bowling from Neil. 3 shots. So Sandra keeping the mats in the same sort of area as she has done on previous ends. Not really changing a lot. There's no need to. They're well in the game at the moment. Jack's going on to the tee. So that's going to be around about 31 metres. Quick update on rink 1 in the county singles. It is currently Steve Morris 12 shots, Simon Perusa 10 shots. Not a bad start from Sandra, just through the head, a yard or so, or 2.5 feet, but it's in a good position there. Derek replying on his backhand. Very good start from Derek. Foot down. Probably just about shot wood. Not a bad effort from Sandra. That might hinder Derek on the backhand. The draw shot is on, but it's going to be in his eye line, and he can't afford to be narrow. Evening to Joan. Nice to know you're watching. Hope you're keeping well. Derek a bit wayward with his last wood. Can Sandra get in this time? Well, that's okay, that's not wasted there. 4 or 5 foot behind the head. Derek, this looks better from Derek. Just that yard of weight. Can Sandra get in with this one? She's on a good line and the weight is looking better too. Not quite sure if it's falling in or falling out. I think Derek's just about holding, I think. Derek coming down on the forehand, slightly tight line, half a yard heavy, just to try and find the gap and get the jack. Got a good result there. I think they're still only holding the one, but probably a slightly better one than previous. I wouldn't surprise me if Neil doesn't play a similar shot there, just to try and get onto the jack or turn their wood over, or just hit anything. The weight was good, just a touch narrow. Didn't quite get the result, but he's got a nice big target there for his next wood, just to play into. If he can get some movement on the jack, it's going to definitely favour them. I think Richard's trying to draw it here. I'm surprised he's not covering it really, but he's an experienced player, he knows what he's doing. Good, nice draw shot, it's coming well. Coming very well. That makes it better. It's not quite as big a target for Neil then to play into. Neil just playing that yard through the head. Try and get onto their bowl, turn their bowl over. Oh, that's a good effort. The weight was right. Yeah, I think the shot here for Richard is a forehand draw. But Richard, I think, is preferring the backhand option. No, he's coming on the forehand. If he is heavy and going through, it's not wasted. And it stays on the green. It has. I still think there's a nice little shot there for Neil to just a reach-in shot with, well, maybe half a yard to a yard weight. 18 at the moment. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's playing that trundling shot, tight line, a yard or so away. Just going to go a bit early again. Might have finished up with second wood there, with that edge. I think Richard's going to just play a nice little draw shot. If he can play onto the shot wood and perhaps just get that jack, just move that jack 3 or 4 inches, it might bring the other wood into count. But I think as it stands at the moment, they'll be happy just to take the end. Yeah, on a good line, plenty of green. These woods will work when they start coming back. They'll come back. It's just not quite enough on the white. So Neil really needs to find, well, Sandra's called a draw shot there on the forehand. I'm not sure if that's a shot that I would suggest, but it's doable. That's not going to get back quick enough. There's not enough. Can Richard play onto the shot wood and just get a little bit of movement on that jack? Don't think that's going to get back quick enough. Probably the right weight to do what he wanted to do. Just a little bit too much on the green. That looks to me like it's one shot to Derek and Richard. So it's after 9 ends, that's 7 shots each. Derek keeping the mat 3 yards up, 3 spots up, I should say. Bowling the jack on or around the tee again. So again, a similar length, 29-ish metres, 28.5, 29 metres. Quick update on rink 1 in the singles. It's Steve Morris 13 shots, Simon Perusa 12. So they're having a good little battle there. Derek bowling his first wood on the backhand. Good start from Derek, touching bowl on the jack. Richard missed that one, so Derek's going to have to do it again. A decent reply from Sandra, it's not a bad second wood. I think if she can get another decent second wood, she might be having a little trundle with the third wood. Another good effort here from Derek. That's well, that's good bowling from Derek. Yeah, he'll be happy with that. Sandra decides to turn over, come on the backhand, reach and draw shot. Get onto the wood, the shot bowls. Good line. Just a fraction too much on it. Finishing 4 feet through the head. And she keeps that weight on with the next wood and just tightens it up a little bit. Get the split on the 2 shot woods. That'll make things a little bit better for them. But Derek's coming in with another bowl here. That's
Bondi.
That's 3 great woods from Derek. Good bowling from Derek. Another toucher. Yeah, Sandra's definitely arriving into the head here. And this is a great bowl. That is a really good bowl there. Not sure if it's second.
Don't be scared of it. If you do move it a touch, it's very good. Tighten it up a bit.
Derek's going to draw into the pack as well. Any movement on that jack will probably favour them.
Come on, Bondi.
He's coming very well again here.
Hurry now, Bondi. Hurry now. Hurry.
That is a great ball from Derek. Great ball. 3 touching woods out of 4. All 4 woods within a foot of the jack. You can't ask for anything more than that off your lead. Yeah, so Sandra's up and at it with this one. Unsurprisingly, very hard to get anything on the draw line. Didn't get a result that time, but I'm sure Neil will get something into the pack with 4 woods. If it goes right and they hit it hard enough and that jack comes back, they've got best back. My guess is the jack will probably shoot off to the side, somewhere by where Derek's just standing now. But the draw option isn't on, so they've got to be hitting it and opening it up. And Richard's just covering that scenario. That's a good wood there from Richard. Not a bad wood at all. Neil will be playing on, I should imagine, backhand into the pack. Yep. And it's a big target to hit. And he actually touched narrow. I'm pretty sure he'll get that adjustment for the next wood. Richard just put another covering bowl in. Neil still needs to be playing into the head. Only wants to move the jack 2 feet or so. He's into them this time. It's taken 1 wood out, but not really changed the situation. And this time Richard's going to go for a draw. Not necessarily to count, but just to get a little bit closer to the jack to cover that jack going to the orange wood at the back. And that's going to finish very well. Yeah, he'll be happy with that. He'll be more than happy with that. Yeah, so that's the one thing Neil has to consider is if he hits the pack, they only have 1 wood on the edge, and if that wood goes, there are going to be a few more down. Anyway, he's having a go. Good line, good weight. Is it going to hold? No, he's missed.
Yours doesn't fit the short bowl, so you've got to sit. How much more needs to be in the count? 6 inches.
Richard's going to try and draw to get one in the count. He's got to draw within 6 or 7 inches to count. But also with Neil, if he's playing a running wood, Neil's got to make sure he doesn't take their nearest bowl out, because there could be Well, Richard's finished. He won't be too disappointed. Again, they've got the back pretty well covered now. Forwards against one. I think Neil's only real option here is to actually try and get the jack out of rink, where they'll replay the end again. But it'll need to be a good shot there to get that jack across. I'm not absolutely certain whether it will go. He's a bit more positive with this one, but he's pulled it, I think. So that's 3 shots to Derek and Richard. Good bowling there, especially from Derek. Derek again keeping the jack around about 3 spots up. So both teams playing pretty consistent jack length, end on end. Another good start from Derek. He's found a bit of consistency now. 14 or 15 inches in front of the jack. Making the forehand draw a little bit difficult for Sandra. The draw line is still there, but as I say, anything tight will get wrecked. And if anything, she's probably overcompensated a little there. So white's not too bad, just that touch of green. Another decent wood here from Derek. This is very good bowling, he'll be happy with that. Around about 12 to 15 inches short of the jack. But making it very difficult now on either hand to actually get in with a draw shot without using the woods. Which I think Sandra's trying to do with this, because she's definitely on a tighter line. Anything but the gap really will be good for her. Well, it's third, but it's not a bad third. Might throw the option up now to bowl on the backhand to turn her wood over, or if she's inside that, she's onto the shot ball. And if she's outside it, she's onto the other ball. Derek's bowled the other hand this time, and decent weight, just not quite the right green. Yeah, reaching draw shot on the backhand. Got 3 woods or the jack to run into. And that's probably not what what Neil was asking, but anyway, see if she can do it with the next ball. Derek putting his wood 4 foot behind the head, that's in a good position there. Good covering ball. And Sandra's still well, quite positive at the woods. I think she's going to get something this time. And yes, she has indeed. Well, that's a good wood from Sandra. Taking the shot ball out and stopped and fallen in to turn the tables. They're now holding shot. It'll be interesting to see what Richard does here. I think he'll probably play a similar shot to what Sandra just played. Might be a little bit more positive. Jack or wood. Either way, good result if it comes off. Yeah, it's a similar shot, probably a touch heavier than what Sandra played. And he's got it. That's a great shot. Jack in the ditch, touching bowl in the ditch. And they're currently holding 2. I believe the wood in the ditch is round about a yard to the side of the jack. The jack is about a foot to the left of the centre spot, or the right of the centre spot as we see it from this end, and Richard then is a yard to the left of that. So there's still the opportunity to draw in for shot. Got to basically draw within a yard of the jack to count. Not sure. You can see that a little bit better. It's currently 3 shots to Richard and Derek. Neil coming down on the backhand. It's just got to stop. It's a good effort. Well, if it's not shot, it's going to be second, and that's probably a good measure. Now, I would think that Richard will probably have a run at this. Try and get the wood out. Too much green, I think. Yeah. Now electing to draw. It's a good effort. Very good effort this is. Oh wow. What a great effort that was. Yeah, Moule, I think he's trying to draw onto the Neil's wood. And he's close, and he's got it. Well done, Richard. Great bowl. They're now back to holding 4 shots. So the pressure now on Neil to try and reduce that. That's on a good line. It's going to need to be a good shot here to save. It's a cracking effort. Just a couple of rolls too heavy, and I believe that is probably 4 shots to Derek and Richard, which means they're eking out a good lead now. 2 very good ends from them. Yeah, 4 shots. That's turned the game around just in 2 ends, from 7 across to 14-7. And they now played 11 ends. Derek keeping the mat up 3 spots. Working for them at the moment. Quick update on Rink 1 in the county singles. It's now Steve Morris 15, Simon Perusa 14. So all to play for in that game.
Go on then, Bondi. Name again. Now, Bondi.
So Richard and Derek now in a comfortable position. 6 ends to play. 6, 7 ends to play. Derek has found some form now. Great first wood again. 7 or 8 inches behind the jack. At the moment he's out bowling Sandra. It's been nip and tuck up till the last 2 or 3 ends, but all of a sudden Derek's found the weight, found the line, and he's bowling some very, very good woods. Sandra finishing 2.5 feet short of the jack. Derek, well, just to prove me wrong, he's bowled a bit of a loose wood there, but I'll forgive him that after the last 2 or 3 ends he's had. Yeah, Sandra's on a good line here. If she's got the weight right, she's going to be very close. It's coming very well, and that is a great ball from Sandra. Great ball. And a great reply from Derek. He's coming very well here. Has he drawn it? Has he drawn it? Well, you bowled, Derek, whatever. Yes. Great bowling. And another good reply here from Sandra. What a great end this is turning out to be. Well bowled, Sandra. Got the shot back. What a battle they're having this end. And Derek back on the backhand now, trying to find the perfect draw between the two front woods. To either get onto the jack and drag it, or just a touch tight, I believe. Yeah, the weight was good, just needed a fraction on the green. Good bowling. And now Neil asking Sandra to just get one behind to give them a bit of cover. She's apologising, so I think she's probably left it short. Oh, almost gave it away.
To get there, Rich, innit?
Well, Richard's he's not going to be drawing that. He's going to be playing control weight into that to try and get that jack back, I'm sure. Going for the perfect draw shot. Drag it. Well, that's the one thing with these woods, they've got a big finish on them, so look at it. Oh, I thought he got that all day long then. Still, it's another one behind the head, waiting. I'm guessing Neil will leave the jack alone, try and leave the head alone, and just get something round about the respot or just behind the respot to try and give them a bit of cover. Coming very well. Well, has he drawn another one in? Well, he has. Well bowled, Neil. I'm not sure it's actually counting, but
Still want to be just dropping into there and nudging it.
he probably made it a little bit more difficult to get that jack out.
Don't have to go mad, Rich. Control that off.
Derek asking him to draw it off. Just a touch too much weight on it. And Neil, again, just looking for the perfect draw shot really. I haven't got too many other options, I don't think. If he lands on the blue wood behind, he'll be happy. I think Neil and Sandra would just be happy to win this end, take a one, and just have a little bit of control over what they're doing. But they've got to be mindful of the fact that they're 7 shots behind and not too many more ends to play. I don't think that's going to do any damage. So Neil trying to get one probably a yard through the head, splitting the three blue woods up behind, or 3 woods behind up. Well, I'll tell you what. That is a wonderful draw shot. I think they're holding 2 now. Could be holding 3. Richard has got a bit of a target to bowl into there. Would he play into it, or would he try again to try and draw it? Difficult. No, he's coming on the forehand. He's coming at that now with weight. Yeah, got some movement on it. I still think maybe they're a couple down. Neil has got he has got a shot on. He could have a go at turning their nearest wood out, but I'm guessing he'll play it safe and play a draw shot. Probably on the forehand, I'm guessing, to be safe. He doesn't want to be moving the jack back on the backhand, although that is the open hand to draw it, which he's going to do. He's going to just try and play a nice draw shot, but he wants to be staying off the jack, ideally. I think I didn't think he was perhaps trying too hard with that because of the risk. Well, if it's a measure for shot, then yeah, I thought they were holding at least one. Quick update on Rink 1. It's now Steve Morris 19 shots. Simon Oh, hang on, I'll just wait for the board to be updated. Simon's just won an end. So it will be Steve 19, and I'll update you on Simon's score as soon as it goes on the board. And back to this. 2 shots to Neil and Sandra. Just what they needed really after the last couple of ends. And they played 12 ends. So Sandra keeping the mat right back this time, as far back as she can allow. And bowling to just about 1 and a bit spots short. So that's the probably 31 metres. So Simon picked up a 1 on that end, so it's Steve Morris 19, Simon 15. Good, not a bad start from Sandra, a yard through the head. Good reply from Derek. That's about it, about a yard through the head, I should say. Sandra was probably 4.5 feet. Sandra's a little bit tight and light with that one. That could be a bit of a hindrance for Derek on the backhand. He will get round it as long as he's not bowling tight. The draw line is still there. That wood's a good 4 feet down. Well, he's turned it over to come down on his forehand, played the open hand. Got some green on this, it should get back. I'm not sure if it'll get back all the way. It's the weight more so than the green that's kept it out. Finishing 5 foot behind. And this is looking like a decent wood from Sandra. It's on a good line. Just the weight, just running through that little bit. Might be good enough for shot as it stands. About a yard away from the jack. Oh, it's just fallen, so I'm guessing that it's definitely shot now. Derek looks like he's on a slightly tight line here. Might get in on weight if the weight's good. It's just going to cut right across the head now. Yeah. So Derek just going off the ball a little bit. Can Sandra punish him? Good reply from Sandra. Evening, Adam Bond. Hope you're keeping well. Supporting your dad, I hope. Good reply from Derek this time. Just... yeah, it's in the game. Richard won't be too disappointed with having the wood there. Wood's behind. He's quite happy to have a go at moving things if he needs to. Now he's now going to draw in and try and just build the head up, perhaps put Richard under a little bit of pressure, maybe. They do need to pick up maybe a couple of 2s to get them right back into the game. And Neil looks as if he's in the area here. He's on a good line and he's got good weight, and that's definitely going to be in the count. Currently, I think it's 3 shots. Richard's not messing around, he's straight at it this time. Wants to get some movement on something. And he's not quite got it that time, but I think the next wood will be getting something. Neil just wants to try and get this one behind, but in a position where it's counting, preferably. And well, he's got it behind. It's not counting, but it's in a good position there. He'd have probably liked it the other side of the wood, but and Richard's having a go at drawing with this one, and he's just that yard or so heavy. Probably 2 yards heavy on a draw line. But it's another one at the back waiting. Probably put it there for a reason, knowing Richard. And just a quick update on Rink 1. Steve Morris has just beaten Simon in the semi-final of the county singles. 21 shots to 15. They've had a right old battle there, good 2-hour game. So back to this, Neil trying to draw another one in. I'm guessing he's going to try and, yeah, trying to cover. Yeah, probably not a bad decision there. And that's actually, well, perhaps another yard on that might have been a little bit better, but all depends now if the jack gets moved, in which way the jack goes. Could be 3 shots either way if it gets moved. Well, Richard's playing another draw shot by the looks of it. I think it's going to be another one behind waiting, and if it is, I think he'll be up and at it with his last wood. It's going to be very inviting for him, that is. Possibility of a 4 or a 5. He'll pretty much kill the game if he was to play it and get the result. Of course, it could go wrong. I guess Neil's probably going to try and build the head up now, get another one in the count to put Richard under a little bit of pressure. And well, he's finished a yard short. It's not in a bad place where it's finished. Perhaps he'd have liked it a bit closer to the centre spot. It does restrict Richard's options. He's got to come with a bit more weight probably to get inside that, and he has, and he's close. Oh, there you go. That last wood of Neil's turned out to be a masterstroke there. I believe they've got 3 shots there, which has got them right back in contention. If so, yeah, 3 shots. It's now 14-12. It's turned out to be a right little battle. So they've played 14 ends, 4 ends to play. 2 shots in it. So Matt right back, and the jack will be, I should imagine, within a yard of the respot, the tee, I mean, as it has been all game. Yep, on the respot, so that's a full length, which I think is 32 metres, I think. 31 and a half, 32 metres. I'm sure. I'm sure somebody can just update me onto what the full length of this rink is. I know Ray Kellard has told me beforehand, but I've got a memory like a sieve. If anybody out there does know what a full length mark on our green is, please enlighten me and I'll try and get it engraved on my brain for future reference. So not a bad start from Sandra there, pretty much jack high, just not quite got the green. Derek's, what, 5 feet through. Sandra's got a decent track with this wood. The weight's not too bad, and she's got a good result there. Very good bowl, very good bowl. Touching wood. Most of the other games are coming to a conclusion. What that does mean is the dynamics on the rink will probably change in the next half an hour with not being so many bodies out there. The humidity, temperature can affect the pace of the rink, and that then can affect how the rink works and how the woods work. And they'll probably find end on end some slight changes in the pace as the game comes to a conclusion. So decent bowling from Sandra. Derek's a little bit loose. He needs to really find one here to cut that count down. Richard would like to get something, at least second wood. He doesn't want to be going up to the head 4 down. And he just got a little bit too much. So still plenty of room to get in there. I'm sure Sandra will get another one in here for Derek to beat. We'll try and beat. Well, she's put it behind, but she'll be. That's okay there because it's in amongst all of Derek's woods, and that may well come into play as the end progresses. I think Derek is definitely on a tight line here. The weight is took a little bit too much out. That's probably a disappointing end from Derek's point of view, but there's still plenty of room to get in there. I'm sure Richard will try and get something into the head with his first wood to cut the count down, and then maybe look at what his options are moving on. So Neil coming down on the backhand. This is probably one of the loosest ends we've actually had, I would say, since the start of the game. I'm sure Richard's going to get something in to reduce the count there. Well, the weight's good, just running a bit tight, and it's across the head. They could still be 3 or 4 down here. Bit of a random head. Yeah. This looks better from Neil. Perhaps doesn't really want to be moving the jack, I wouldn't have thought, but that's a good ball there. Yeah, Richard, I think needs to be drawing. There could be 4 down there. Yeah, he's on a tight line, but it's a big pack to draw into. He's just got to, yeah, it's just going a bit early. That's, yeah.
Just watching, really. Oh, Bondi. Yeah, mate. Yeah, good cheers, buddy. Yeah, good, mate. How's it, Litland? Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Nice to see the crowd building up for the finale of this big game. Derek's lad Adam's just turned up to watch the last few ends. This is a big wood from Richard here. It's certainly a saver. Could even be second bowl. That's a big wood there. Neil's going to be looking at that to see if he's got any options as to. So the question is, what's Neil going to do here? Is he going to, perhaps I would say he'll come down on his backhand because he can play into all of their woods, and if he is round he might even get onto Richard's wood, but I'm not sure his woods will work enough to get back onto Richard's wood. No, he's coming on the forehand, perhaps draw into the back on the forehand then. Or is he going to cover the back? Well, he's got some weight on it. Ah, yeah, he's covering. Yeah, yeah. Of course, if Richard comes down at the head, that's probably where the jacks are going to go. So that's a good wood there from Neil. That's covered those two wing bowls of Derek's behind. Richard has to be mindful if he's playing weight that they have only got one wood in the head, and if it goes wrong and Richard wood goes, could be a bad one. But if he plays enough weight so that he hits a pack and stops, then maybe. Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be coming into the head, but probably more controlled weight. To use the woods to bagatelle in. Yeah, I don't think he's far away here. He's on a good line. He's trying very hard. What a great effort. What a great effort. 2 down. That's not a disaster. And now it's 14 across. All to play for. Fourteen ends played. Keeping the mark the same. Matt right back, Jack on all around the tee. And while they're doing that, I'm just going to have a toilet break and I shall continue in just a moment. Right, back to the action.
Probably like one of the, I'd say he's in there. When's your next one coming up? Saturday. Where they'll have them back. So Saturday. If you finish there, what time is it? The training, you said, does it have your name?
Sandra's left that one a bit tight and light. I believe now that maybe the rink, they're just beginning to feel the changes on the rink with the temperature and humidity, etc. It can affect the pace by a yard, yard and a half, even 2 yards. Derek overcompensating there, finishing a couple of yards through the head.
It really flies on. Do you think the bookies will see that as well? Is it better to take a post before?
Sandra looks like she's got a good line here. It's all down to weight now. Well, it's on guard a little bit, but I think that's probably because I touched too much weight on there. Probably 3.5 feet.
Have you been to Oxford before?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm going back.
Is it similar to Wolverhampton?
Can Derek get one in?
You've got 3.
Quite a nice track.
What's the best one? Is that the best you've been to?
Yeah, Derek's, well, he hasn't taken anything off. It's okay, so it's quite an open head again. Plenty of room for either bowler to get in. I think Sandra is probably just about holding with a wing bowl. And Neil's just got to find a way in on a good weight without getting wrecked on the frontwards. You've got nice green. You can skip round that front wood, then he'll be very close.
I don't know. I don't know what she.
Well, he's found a way through. He's definitely in.
I don't know how that.
It's a good 2 feet short. Now, Richard shouldn't have any problem getting around that front bowl with his Tigers because they have got a bigger finish than the woods that Neil's bowling with. But he's bowled it tight. Yeah, got a result there. I think he might have got shot wood, but I think he was a little bit fortunate with that. I don't think he was aiming for that shot. If he was, then well done. And Neil, we might get in on white here. He's got plenty of green on it. Just gone sailing through a yard. Don't think that's good enough to count. Can Richard put that bit of extra green on this time? On good weight. He's got the green this time. It's all down to weight now as to whether he gets back to the jack in time. And it's trying very hard. It's just that fraction too heavy. You've got to change much with the next one to get in there. And Neil's got a very good line again. If he can skirt around that front wood, I think this will be the shot ball. Oh, so unlucky. So unlucky. I think Richard is probably just about holding shot there. Richard forehand draw shot.
So the last two,
Again, he's got a good line here. It's all down to his weight,
Yeah, that should be.
the dog.
and he's not quite reaching the head.
So that was the money man.
Apologies for the camera just freezing again.
One in
Two woods to come, and all to play for still. Again, very good line out here for Richard. Less chance of it getting wrecked this time because he has moved the wood and wrecked his wood last time, but just not quite reaching. He'll be kicking himself there. Another couple of, well, a yard would have been good enough for shot.
How's business going with you? What's going on? Yeah. I'll start back with Moule.
And Richard's got a nice draw shot now on the forehand through the gap. Good weight, and a tickle on the jack. Could make it better. And I think he's also left it on the mat. Okay, well,
Looking forward to the outcome.
well, it's a measure all round by the looks. I'd still probably just favour Richard's holding one
He's been down the bottom.
with his wing ball.
Getting a lot of that one Looking forward to playing breeding. What they do.
If I was guaranteed one down, I would have been running it.
Yeah, Steve did really well last year, didn't he? Going into the 55. We were lucky really against Worcestershire
Yeah,
as well last
one shot Richard and Derek.
Spoiled extra, wasn't it? Goes to show you're not coming that far away from people like that. A couple of years ago, last year they are strong over a 2 ring, so aren't they? But over 6 rings, I think we were about nearly on level with them now. Well, if it would have been a proper game, we would have won, wouldn't we?
So Derek, yeah, 3 spots up again. No, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And just start coming on quite well actually.
3.5 spots up.
You start playing really well.
I reckon the jack again will be on or around the tee. So slightly shorter jack length, about 28 metres.
Mate, Mom, don't stop me bowling. Huh? Don't the indoor, really. Come on, Bondi. Come on.
Good start from Derek. Good 2.5 feet maybe on weight. I think he's on a slightly tight line from Sandra. Might get some help off the wood. Finish jack high. Just got to get that green sorted out with the next bowl. Looking like another tidy wood here from Derek on the backhand. That's not a bad effort. With a miss, he'd have been very close.
Every time we pick Man City, we lost, so not a big win to yeah, very good to see you, mate.
It looks as if it's on a tight line yet again. Weight's all over it again, just that tight line. still in a good place.
Yeah, go on. That's clear enough. Half bowl short, yeah, go anyway.
So there've been quite a few county games over the last few days, and they've all been won by the odd shot, with the exception of maybe last night. But even up till the last couple of ends, there was only one shot in it all through, or a couple of shots. So there've been some very good tight games played, especially in the semi-final stages and the finals of various competitions. Derek found a decent wood there, holding a good shot wood. Sandra's got a very good reply here. Probably not quite shot, but in a good place. Derek turning over to the forehand, trying to draw onto Sandra's wood or inside it. Richard's asking him really not to be short. He'd rather him come through a yard to give him a bit of cover at the back. He won't be too disappointed with that. And Sandra's, well, played a similar wood. Going to finish in a similar position to Derek. We're cancelling one another out at the back. I should imagine, certainly for the first couple of woods, Derek and Neil and Richard will be trying to outdraw one another. I'd say probably Neil's woods are probably in a slightly better, Sandra's woods are in a slightly better position for dragging the jack. And well, there you go, Richard has dragged the jack. He is holding shot. Had that been Neil bowling that wood, they'd have been holding 3. So, but Richard will be happy with that. Well, he's taken the shot away from, well, I wonder if Neil will play that positive wood, try and come down the channel between all the black wood, the blue woods, and drag the jack or get the wood out. It looks like he's coming on the backhand, so yeah, he's playing a trundling wood on the backhand. I thought maybe the other hand might have been a good option, but and that's put him 2 down, but it's given Neil probably a bigger target with his next wood. I would suggest with a forehand, but either hand really, to play onto those or get the jack. It looks like Richard's going to just draw on the forehand. Of course, we are getting to the business end of the game now. A few ends to play. And they've got around about half an hour left on the clock, so we've got a result there. 3 shots now. Neil's got to be trundling, I would have thought. Try and move that jack across to their wing bowl, and he's tight. This could go very wrong. Well, that's. That is lucky. That is very fortunate. They could actually be holding 2 or 3 shots now. The jack has finished up in the ditch. I can't quite see exactly where.
Excuse me, can I just...
Come in, buddy. Any room to draw one in, then give it a chance.
Richard's coming down on the forehand, so the jack is about 15 inches off the rink mark. Yeah, and that is definitely a saver, and I would suggest probably shot wood. Richard, Neil, just well, if he took probably 6 inches, 8 inches too heavy. Richard coming down on the forehand again. It's not a bad effort this. If he can miss everything, it's another one. I think it might be good enough to count. Yep, I think it's 2 down. Now coming down on the forehand. Just got to lose that half a yard. And he's trying. And he's trying. And if it does come back in, it should. Just not quite getting back enough. It's 2 shots, I believe. I'll just wait till it goes on the board to confirm. Yeah, 2 shots, 17-14. With 16 ends played, 2 ends to play. Derek keeping the mat, the 3 spots up like he has done pretty much throughout the game. And again, the jack will be, I reckon, within a yard of the tee. So no real change on the length. That 30-ish metre mark. This now is a crucial end. I think Neil really does need to be taking this next end. He doesn't want to be going 4 or 5 shots down with only 1 end to play.
All right.
Hello, Richard. How
Good
are
evening. Yeah, very well, thank you. Yeah.
Woken up from your evening nap?
Yes, something like that. Yeah, yeah. You've done a good job again. Sterling job, Darren. Well done.
Oh, thank you very much. I'd like to just take this up and just say well done again, Helen, on setting all the equipment up.
Yeah.
Every time I turn up, it seems to get more and more technical and advanced. But I'm sure she knows what she's doing.
I'm sure she does. She's done it long enough now, so yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. I think you're right as well, Darren. Neil needs to win this end to give them a chance.
I think it's crucial that they've got the jack in hand for the last end.
Yeah. And
they want to ideally be within a couple of shots.
Exactly, which is what would be the scenario. There's some wood from Derek.
Yeah, and the head looks like it could be building up to a reasonable head again. All the woods are within that big dustbin lid, within a yard. I think Sandra is just about holding at the moment, although there's still plenty of woods to come. Sticking with a forehand. Weight's good, just a little bit tight again.
Might get a little nudge on the red. No, not quite.
2 feet on weight.
Yes, apologies that I wasn't here earlier. Having to play tonight, so give Darren the leading role, let him get some practice.
Which I'd obviously need. It's funny, I thought I'd be able to do this with my eyes closed, because when I'm at work on my own, I'm talking to myself all day long, but when you want to talk to people and whatever, it's a little bit different.
It's very awkward on your own. You run out of things to say, that's the problem, and if you have got somebody, then it does give you a break so that you can think of other things that need saying.
Yeah.
No doubt you've told everybody about tomorrow.
Yeah, men's triple semi-final and 2 wood singles on Sunday, which we're hoping to stream.
Yeah.
Well, Sandra, as well, some very consistent woods there. They're just not quite in the right area for the jack. They're not really in the game, because any movement on that jack takes those woods completely out of the game.
Derek's just bowled a good wood.
Yeah, and Richard can see that, and Richard will be trying to get some movement on that jack to take those woods out of the game. He doesn't have to be ditching it, he's only got to be moving it 12 inches. And Sandra has just bowled the last wood.
The picture froze a little bit.
Yeah,
there,
it's
sorry.
just missed the jack by about 6 inches. Oh no, actually, skimmed the jack, it's toucher as it went through. Okay, it's not counting at the moment, but it's in a good position there. That does open up a few options for Neil now.
Actually, it was a good job she didn't get any more on it, because it would have tucked it round the corner, which then would have made it very awkward.
And Richard's left his first wood on the mat, look.
I mean, I don't know what you think, Darren, but there's a good line of woods there to roll up.
I would be playing with probably a similar weight to what Sandra played with her last wood, on that tight line, in the hope you've got, as you say, those woods to run down, or the jack to pick up, or even the bowl at the back.
Exactly.
As long as you don't find a gap, it's gonna make it better for you. There's a reasonable gap around the jack, don't get me wrong, but it's got to be a good draw shot to get in, and even if he does get in with a draw shot, Richard's still got woods, he's still got the chance to take the wood out, and they're in a position where they can take that risk if they need to.
Looks a very good line.
It's a very good effort this is from Neil. He's very close here, you know. He's very close. Oh.
It's very unlucky.
Yeah. We had a bit of luck on the last end when he got the jack in the ditch, although they ended up losing the end. It's a little bit unlucky with that one. But they've got 2 woods waiting.
Yes.
If he can get some movement on that jack.
Yeah, but I think he'd be happier to draw it. At least it's a safer option. Trying to push the jack through is a little bit...
Well, it's not a very big target, is it?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, the jack's been moved across that little bit. That makes all the difference, really. Ooh.
Well, that alters the dynamics now.
I still think maybe they're 3 down. Definitely a couple down. And as I say, really, Neil, he's got to find a way of getting shots this end.
Yeah, has he gone too wide?
He has, yeah. His woods they don't move a lot, do they? Again, it's behind the head. It's
well, it's given Richard and Derek food for thought.
Yeah, well, Neil's got to think about his next wood, whether he's trying to play that perfect draw. Well, not necessarily the perfect draw shot, but enough to get shot, which, you know, within 15 inches of the jack will give him shot, or whether he just take a little bit of a gamble and try and get it back for 2 or 3. Richard's on a bit of a tight line here, so I just wonder if he's trying to just drag the jack across that little bit.
It looks a bit heavy.
Yeah, he is a bit heavy. Got a result there though. He'll be happy with that. With 1 in, 1 out, but it does give him a little bit of cover at the back there. I'm guessing he'll try and draw that. Try and draw onto Richard's last wood probably. That'd be good enough for shot.
Thing is, Neil's got to be positive whatever he plays. He
Well, he
can't
does-
afford to be tentative over this
He
shot.
doesn't want to be short. He might as well bowl it a yard through than be 2 yards short. But he's a very steady draw bowler, Neil, and when the big shots need to be played, he's very good at playing them. And he's definitely on a tighter line. But I think he's got too much weight on it for it to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could effectively be game over now if they pick a 2 or a 3 up here, then they're going to Neil and Sandra will have the work cut out to stay in the game.
But as we know, Darren, one wood,
Yeah,
one good wood.
he's trying to draw it, but he's covering it maybe. Yes, I think he's done that deliberately to cover the running ball.
Well, I think Neil's got one right on the edge. So,
Well, he's coming with weight. He's controlled weight. He's on a tight line
oh,
there.
he's too heavy.
It's hanging
Far
out
too
again.
wide and heavy.
Yeah, no movement. That's what I said about the dynamics of the rinks. It's everything's changing now. The bodies have gone. The other games have finished. It's changed how the rinks run. The woods don't swing as much, and you're fishing for it again all of a sudden with a running wood. I've taken one out, and then looks like it's a measure for second. If they drop one, it's not the end of the world. 3 shots is always doable.
How many 4s have been had in the game?
Been well, exactly, but different scenario when you've got to take the risks, isn't
Pressure.
it?
Yeah.
If you take them and the risks pay off,
Well, she just kicked 2 out.
you normally when you play the risk, you either get the 4 shots or you give the 4 shots away, don't you?
Yeah, I kicked 2 out, so that's 5. Measuring for a possible 6-shot lead.
How many?
Yeah.
About time you come back out of retirement, son.
Just one.
What?
Ah, right.
Okay. Well, okay, 4 shots. It's still a big ask, but it's not undoable.
Who would you play for?
It should make for an interesting last end.
You got enough dogs and cats and kids.
Derek taking the mat up 3 spots yet again. Jack on all around the tee. Yeah. 28, 29 metres.
How many cats?
We're now on the last end, 4 shots.
Oh, this is it now. One good wood. Put the pressure on. And this doesn't look bad at all.
Big start here, mate.
And then about start, that 4-shot lead and a bowl like that. That's pretty good.
Mr. Barton, thank you very much for your kind comments regarding my commentary and not bowling on a Friday. I'll just tell Mr. Barton now in advance he's dropped for the rest of the season.
Good wood coming in now by Sandra. That's a very good start.
Yeah, well bowled, Sandra. Just what she needed. I mean, that was a good start from Derek. But Sandra's responded really well there. What can Derek do?
It's in a bad place, whatever happens.
Yeah. Well, they'll be quite happy
That's
just
pretty
to,
good,
if they get 3-second bowls, then they'll be happy, won't they?
You've got no choice. Come back to the bowling.
I'll probably just go red. Too many rogue people.
Another good effort here from Sandra. It's very close to the head. Wants to be reaching really. Doesn't really want to be short.
I don't know, little knock up on it and
Yeah, I still
You know.
think Wood's behind her
better.
probably
yes.
slightly better than in front. It's a lot easier to take Woods in front out of the game if you're the opponent, isn't it?
Eric's got a nice wood here again.
Yeah, they're just covering, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're one down, they've got a couple of, well, they've got a decent second and a decent fourth or third. That's all they need.
Yeah, there's going to be there is going to be a bit of a bidding war after next year. Everybody wants Adam Bond playing for them. But I think Hugh's got a good chance of getting Adam.
All right.
You've got enough players.
I've heard he's going to have a go at Crown Green instead of playing proper balls.
Right.
Anyway, back to the game.
Well, Derek's got a good wood here. This looks very, very good.
Hurry now.
Oh, just pulled up.
The thing is, I've got Woods in various positions around the head, so it's going to make it very difficult for Neil to find a way of getting 4 shots, unless he can play the perfect draw shots and Richard have a bad end. Because moving things around at the moment, the way things are, isn't really an option.
Are you up, Sandra?
She is up. She's coming very well. This is a good effort.
Well bowled. Well bowled.
That's a great ball there.
Might have made 3 or 4 out of that.
Yeah, could be holding 3. That's making a game of it, isn't it?
Could be 4.
But I'm surprised me if Richard doesn't have a little go punching that, because if he moves that jack, those forwards are out of the game, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah, he's having a go.
Yeah.
He stuck his out.
Got his own out. Got his out. Well,
Took all his backwards out.
yeah, that's interesting. That is very interesting. They're probably in a position there where they're actually 4 shots down with nothing behind. So can Neil get another one in, build the pressure up a little bit, or perhaps draw to the tee maybe? It'd be nice if he could just drag that jack to the backwood.
Took it round the corner
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
make it a little bit harder to get out of rink.
Yeah,
It looks like he's on a decent track.
yeah, he does.
He definitely needs to be reaching the head, doesn't want to be short.
Well, he's here. But it's behind anyway. So.
Yeah, that's a very good ball there. Don't think it's quite counting at the moment, but it's in a very good position.
The thing is, if you get just a little push on that front red in front of the jack,
Yeah,
then it does come into play. This would have been the better shot first of all from Richard, I think.
he's on a good track. Has he got the legs to get
He
here?
hasn't got the legs now.
Just out. Inside it would be.
Very good track again.
Fine, Neil.
Tell you what, this is good.
Drop now.
This
Yeah,
is very good.
yeah.
Don't make it any wider. Well done.
Yeah.
Go to sit on that, get possibly second wood.
Well, this is exactly what they needed to do this end.
And he's played a tighter line.
Is he reaching?
Yes.
Oh, he's coming
yes,
well here. Coming very well. There is still a shot on here for Neil. If he can punch that front wood, get that jack back, could be holding 4 or 5. And I'm guessing that's what he's got to do. He hasn't got to be playing. He's only going to be playing
just over
a foot of weight, isn't it? Enough to just get a little bit of movement on that jack.
Anyway, like his last 2 bowls, as long as he can get it on
And if
target.
if he can actually draw it and draw the jack through to the backwoods, that's even better.
Tight.
He's playing control weight. He's on a tight line there. He's got to be playing a couple of yards of weight on that line.
Tell you what, you're not far away.
Yeah, far off.
You're not far away. Yeah.
And he's got it. And he's got it.
5.
Well, as it stands at the moment, that's game over. But Richard has got. He's basically got to draw within a yard, hasn't he?
Well, the ideal bowl is to put one just in front of the 2
Well, he just
wide
needs.
reds.
He just needs to get 4th wood, doesn't he? He's on a good track. Is he going to stop?
He's heavy. He's heavy. He's heavy.
Well.
Game over.
What a result. I believe that could be,
Game over.
well, it's definitely 4. It could be 5. And Neil's not going to be bowling it, so he's going to... I think Neil's confident that they've got 5. He's not going to bowl his last bowl, so he's confident he's got the 5, which, what a turnaround that is on the very last end. Well, they've got to measure it because if it is 5, it's game over. Yeah, well, what a great finish. He picked 5 shots up on the last end to win the match by 19 shots to 18. I hope you all enjoyed that game. What a great finale that was. So in the finals, it's Neil and Sandra, and they'll be playing John Cracknell and Andy Mace. I'm not sure when it's to be played.
No, it's got to be rearranged now because Neil is playing at Nottingham.
Right,
So,
yeah.
If it had been the other pairing that had won, it would have been next Monday night.
Right, okay. So that'll be played in the
That's
next...
what I've been told.
Sometime over the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure if it's being played at Malvern or Bromsgrove. If it is at Bromsgrove, I'm sure we'll stream it. But if it's at Malvern, unfortunately, we're not able to do that. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the game. Any comments, positive or otherwise, would be helpful. And we look forward to seeing you over the weekend.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Once again, thanks Darren for the commentating. Thanks Helen for the production. And good evening, everyone.